This is ABC7 News at 6 on the road, live from Clinton. Presented by Fedco Seeds, P-Squared Tax and Accounting, and Powers Auto Center. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Beth Jones. Welcome to ABC7 News at 6, live on the road in Clinton. It is a beautiful summer day, and we will have more on what's going on here in Clinton in just a few minutes. But first, a few headlines to get to. Last night, we saw the first presidential debate of this campaign season unfold. Both President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump taking center stage and trading jabs on everything from the economy to immigration to the Capitol riot on January 6th. Now, University of Maine political science professor and department chair Mark Brewer talked to us about the debate, and he says one of, if not the biggest takeaway from last night's debate is that President Biden's performance left a lot to be desired. He said while President Trump's performance was fraught with dishonesty, President Biden needed to use last night to calm people's anxiety about his age and capabilities, and he did not do that.
I'm not saying that Trump did a good job by any means. I thought his debate performance was at best, but you got to grade on a scale, and when you compare him to how Biden did, Trump comes out of last night looking pretty damn good.
Brewer believes a second and better debate performance will be crucial to reversing the damage done last night and will also put a much bigger spotlight on Vice President Kamala Harris. He believes Donald Trump's vice presidential pick will not be quite as consequential. Well, here in Clinton, driving around, you can see pictures of designated hometown heroes for Clinton along flagpoles. Many are fallen soldiers or historical town figures. It's part of an effort by the Historical Society to preserve the town's history. However, the founder says he's fearful for their future with a lack of interest from the younger generation. Our Grace Blanchard sat down with him.
Along the Clinton Town Fairgrounds is an unsuspecting building that holds much of the town's history.
Knowing who lived here and whatnot is quite important. Actually, more important than present, I guess, because I don't do much with the present.
The Clinton Historical Society was founded by local Buddy Frost in 1991.
These are all the soldiers that fought in the Civil War.
Over the years, they have collected photos, documents, and relics dating all the way back to the town's establishment in 1795.
These are some of the disasters that happened in Clinton, because our 1949 train wreck was probably the worst.
Frost says the town has been known for various things over the years, but one has always stood out.
In Clinton right now is considered the dairy capital of the state of Maine, and it's always been farm country.
Sharing stories and the collection with the community is their #1 goal, but the society has been struggling in recent years.
The biggest reason is because our main members have passed away, and I don't see any younger people coming in.
Frost is hopeful that the next generation will keep the Historical Society and their mission going.
I think it's good for kids to understand what made this town what it is and how it got to be here.
For now, he will continue presiding over it and opening it up to the public during big events.
I hope there is a future of it, and I expect there will be.
In Clinton, Grace Blanchard, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Small crew of 3 full-time officers, but they have recently added a new team member. Take a look. Hondo is an 11-month-old German Shepherd who is going through canine patrol certification training alongside his handler, Officer Joshua Schwinnard. He is now the second dog the police department has had after their first recently retired. Once they've completed narcotics school, the department hopes to make him a dual-purpose dog that can assist in drug inspection, search and rescue, and other duties.
It makes the guys work more because they want to see Hondo work more. Come. Sit. Down. Leave it. Down. And it makes me want to work more because training him is just a whole different aspect of the job.
Clinton's police chief says it is not common for a department of their size to have a police dog program. He says, like many other departments, though, they're struggling with staffing and hopes that initiatives like this will help with officer retention.
It's a job to keep someone in a small town, so my goal has been to look at specialties, learn about the officers, and try to get a specialty for them that fits who they are.
The chief says they are also at the beginning stages of exploring a drone pilot program that could serve as an additional recruitment tool and specialty. As for Hondo, well, they hope to get him fully certified within a year. Best of luck with the rest of your training, Hondo and Handler, for sure. Well, many drive by the Waldo County EMA on Route 141 every day. From the road, there's nothing really out of the ordinary about it. But next time you drive by that big red building, look past it because there are 60 acres of stories to tell. Our Doug Banks explains.
Overlooking Goose River is 60 acres of farmland that grows an abundance of fruits and vegetables, all of which are donated to various Waldo County organizations. Those who drive past 685 Swan Lake Avenue, however,
they probably don't know that the inmates at the reentry center run it. It's all us doing everything here.
the Waldo County Sheriff's Office Corrections Division's Maine Coastal Regional Reentry Center offers offenders near the end of their sentence a chance for personal growth.
It is a great sacrifice for them to leave whatever jails that they're coming from.
County Commissioner William Shorey founded the Waldo County Garden Project 15 years ago on this 6-acre piece of land. The project has been able to donate over 1 million pounds of crops.
This program has been around long enough now so that it should be started in a lot of different counties. If I ever had anything that I feel really good about in life, it's this project.
3 days a week, these men volunteer their time tending to this garden.
I want to be a part of it. I think it's a great opportunity for the community and, you know, great opportunity for us at the Reentry Center.
We appreciate being able to give all the food away at the end, and it makes us feel pretty good about it, actually.
And their work goes far beyond the seeds they plant.
The Ranch Center already gives me an opportunity to be closer to my family, but it'll be nice to actually take my place back at home with my family.
In Swanville, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, folks, as you can see, the sun is shining. The temperature is warm but comfortable. We are so lucky to be out here today. Let's see what else is coming our way with the first check of the forecast.
Thank you so much. Our first weather today is brought to you by Pet Care by Lindsay, is an in-home pet care provider servicing the greater Bangor, Waterville, Ellsworth, Bar Harbor, and Mid-Coast areas. And now with the weather, folks, wow, what a great looking last 3 days. Temperatures finally made their way right up into the 80s, almost at 90 3 days ago. And then we did see mid-80s outside for Wednesday. And then yesterday we were hovering a couple of degrees above average. For today, though, not quite there. We were slightly below average at around 73. Our average is right back up into those upper 70s. 72 out there right by the coast, Rockland into Bar Harbor and Machias as well. Overall, though, good amount of sunshine, so pretty quiet there out there for precipitation, but things will be changing, folks. Don't put away those umbrellas just yet. But no big changes out there for tonight. We're going to continue to cool off. Temperatures will be dropping, but not by much, only by a few degrees, back into those low to mid 50s.
Folks, coming up, we're going to be speaking with Clinton's town manager about the awesome 4th of July celebration that is coming up, but we're also heading to break. We're going to show you some of the community members who are out here enjoying the park, including Daisy the Rottweiler. We'll be right back.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Clinton, is sponsored by P-Squared Tax and Accounting. Our highly trained staff can assist you with everything from the simplest tax preparation to the most complex situations. Fedco Seeds is a worker and consumer-owned cooperative offering seeds, trees, tubers, and supplies since 1978 in Clinton. And Powers Auto Center, offering quality sales and service since 1986, Main Street, Clinton.
Your local professional, eco-friendly office space partner is WVII Business Solutions, your one-stop shop to get the job done. Handling all your office furniture and printing machine needs at an affordable price. Offering full system integration into your workplace and local service on everything we sell. We can even remote monitor your system with just-in-time inventory and service need assessments. Little to no downtime gives you peace of mind. At WVII Business Solutions, your solution is only an email or a phone call away.
My name is Michelle Potter. When my partner of 20 years died unexpectedly at the age of 49, Cindy at Bragdon Kelly Funeral Home is the one who helped me. My first meeting with Cindy started as a blur. So much stuff was going on and I was really in shock. But she immediately started helping me. I started to feel like things were not completely hopeless. Cindy offered me really useful counsel, and she also offered me her grief support group. When I met with Cindy, I felt recognized and validated. She is very professional and went above and beyond. In her grief group, Cindy committed so much time to all of us. I can still hear her and the helpful information she shared with me. Cindy helped me recognize how important and good life still is. At the time, I wasn't ready for individual counseling. Cindy helped me and got me ready. She is so intuitive and personable. Cindy is not at all what I thought a funeral director would be.
Bragdon Kelly Funeral Homes. Let our family serve yours.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. I'm here with Clinton's Town Manager, Daniel Swain. Thank you so much for joining us today. Great day for it.
Very good day, yeah.
This is exactly the type of weather you're going to want for that 4th of July celebration that's coming up, and it sounds like it's a pretty big deal. Let's talk a little bit about what folks can expect. Yeah,
it's a very big deal. It's actually going to be 2 days worth of events, so they'll start on the 3rd. So on that day, there'll be events that will be happening throughout the area. There will be bands that are playing at the fairgrounds that will be culminating in a country star that will be there that night, and then the world famous, I think, fireworks.
Yes.
Yeah, that will be happening. I think at like 9:15 or so.
Okay.
And then the following day will be the actual parade that will happen, where we'll start at one end of town and they will go all the way up to the fairgrounds, and yeah.
Who's going to be participating in that parade?
From what I understand, everybody. So there's going to be
everybody's going to be in the parade.
If you're from Clinton, then you can be a part of it. If you're not even from Clinton, we'll probably take you as well. But there's been a very good group of volunteers that have been doing all of that work for that, and they've done very good.
So important to shout out the volunteers.
Yes,
you can't do stuff like this without them.
Exactly. No, we don't operate unless we have those people.
Do you have a favorite part of the 4th of July celebration?
I like fireworks, probably. Yeah.
They're going to be pretty.
They're going to be pretty long and pretty big. Yeah.
All right. Well, we love it, and of course, food. What kind of foods can folks expect?
Yeah. So also at the fairgrounds, there'll be a lot of vendors around. There'll be food trucks, I think they're called, and and all that kind of stuff.
All right. Well, it sounds like there's going to be plenty for folks to enjoy. We thank you so much for getting us ready for it. It sounds like it's not to be missed.
No.
And we hope you enjoyed the celebration as well.
Great. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, folks, we will be right back. There is much more to come.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Clinton, is sponsored by University of Maine Early College, tuition-free online courses for high school students, umaine.edu/early college. Pet Care by Lindsay is an in-home pet care provider servicing the greater Bangor, Waterville, Ellsworth, Bar Harbor, and Mid-Coast areas. And Rose Bike Shop is Orono's premier full-service bike shop, sales and service for all riders.
Hello, this is George Whelan with Down East Direct Cremation. Now, anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year, from the comfort of your desktop or the convenience of your mobile device, you can summon transport and arrange a simple, affordable, respectful Down East Direct Cremation for your deceased loved one. Just by using the button exclusively at downeastdirectcremation.com. All you need is the location address of the person who has died, their vital statistics information, a valid credit card for payment, and that's it. No need to pick up the telephone, no need to answer a bunch of questions, no need to come into the store, and it's still just $9.75 complete. It's so easy, even I can do it. For more information, visit us at downeastdirectcremation.com or call us at 207-225-5332. Simple, affordable, respectful. The Button, only at downeastdirectcremation.com.
Machias Savings Bank is proud to partner with Luke's Lobster.
If I didn't have the right people around me, there's no chance Luke's Lobster would be what it is today. It was amazing that once the Machias store opened, I realized how many of my friends were already inside. Machias understands commodities. They understand manufacturing and production. They understand local small restaurants. And so this is naturally a fit.
Machias Savings Bank, the bank of yes.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Triumph Professional Cleaning Services, providing outstanding commercial cleaning services to Eastern and Central Maine. Triumph Professional Cleaning, creating an environment of cleanliness.
For Cooper Flagg, and he hasn't even started college yet. Welcome back in, everyone. Thanks for staying with us this morning. USA Basketball announcing their 2024 select team for the Olympics, and Flagg was named to that roster. The Newport native joins pros like the Celtics' Peyton Pritchard and Brandon Miller from the Charlotte Hornets. Flagg is one of 15 players who made the select team, who has the privilege to train with the USA national team as they prepare for the 2024 Paris Olympics. Flagg is the first college player since 2013 to be named to the select team. They will train daily with the Olympic roster from July 6th through July 8th in Las Vegas. Big congratulations to him. Now let's hit the links. Earlier this week, former Herman Meadow golf pro and current golf director Thea Davis won her first ever New England Amateur Legends title. Her competitive fire is driving this recent hot streak. Ryan Sudol has more.
I hadn't competed with other women from out of state for a very lot of years, and so it was wonderful.
Thea Davis is one of the top senior female golfers in Maine. Now she's one of the tops in all of New England, winning the New England Women's Amateur Legends Championship.
The win is exciting. I wasn't expecting it. I know that I was going to be close, and I ended up winning by 3, so I was grinding. It was a lot of fun.
This win continues her hot streak since returning to her amateur status in 2021, after being a pro for nearly 30 years and prioritizing teaching over competing.
I've always kind of been a teacher at heart, and I was confident in my golf game that I could teach people, I could help people to play better golf. I didn't play a whole lot, but what a better thing for me to do.
During that time, she was the course pro at Herman Meadow Golf Club until a competitive fire started to burn once again.
I was just want to find out if I could play with other women and be competitive and have fun with it. It's passion for me. I love golf as much as I love life.
And that passion for life plays just as big a role in her competitive drive. 11 years ago, Davis was diagnosed with a rare form of blood cancer called polycythemia vera.
I probably had it 5 years not knowing I had it. It just progressed to the point that I was next knocking on a heart attack or stroke.
Davis has since put it in remission, and her bout made her appreciate and want to pursue the game she loves even more.
When you have a life-changing event like that, you know, the sky becomes blue and the grass becomes greener. I think of my dad, who passed away very young. He would love to be out here playing golf.
So what's next? The Maine Women's Amateur and Senior Amateur next month. To continue her success, it's simple. Stay calm, cool, and collected.
Playing within myself. It's not always easy, but you have to take a breath and just relax and just go chase it. You hit a ball and you go chase it and hit it again.
In Herman, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thanks for that, Ryan. That's all the time we have for sports. Here's your full 5-day forecast.
Thank you so much. That's some good stuff there. Our main weather for today is brought to you by Varney Ford. Varney Ford in Newport gives one full year maintenance on every new and used vehicle they sell. Come visit them and see their huge selection of cars and trucks, the nice car and truck people. And get ready, my friends. You might want to go out there, buy yourself a car or just something that has something, a hood on top or an umbrella, of course, that will come in handy because all this rain stretching from Illinois all the way up into southern parts of Canada Of course, that has to go somewhere, and it will be tracking right into Maine in the next couple of days. So get ready. We are looking at some changes on the way. Mainly Friday tonight, mainly into tomorrow night, and Sunday. That's what we are looking at. More potential for some thunderstorms that will be back in the area. For now, though, pretty calm out there. We're looking at just some passing clouds. Lots of sunshine earlier today, but that will not be the case for tomorrow, especially into the day on Sunday, where we are looking at those potential for some thunderstorms outside all over the state. We're not talking maybe anything severe, but we are looking at some heavy rainfall and, of course, some gusty winds in there as well into Sunday afternoon. And then things will start to clear up by those evening to overnight hours. Now, rainfall-wise, though, possibly around half an inch of rain, maybe a little bit more right at the coast. Bar Harbor stretching into Machias. Rockland, you're in that as well, potentially around that 1 inch criteria up north. Dover, Foxcroft, maybe just under an inch of rain. Now, dew points are going to start to rise by Saturday evening, by Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon. Dew points will be high, so it's going to feel a bit sticky. Right back down by Monday morning, pretty much right through Monday, Tuesday into Wednesday. Dew points will be at more of a comfortable level, so you won't be leaving your house and that dew point, just the stickiness, will not be hitting you. But we got to wait till after Sunday for that to happen. Our average is right around 78, of course, well below that the next couple of days. Sunday, above average, 83. That's what we're forecasting. 77 for Monday, so a little bit cooler. Whoop, right back up into those lower 80s by middle to end of next week. So don't worry, those 80s are just around the corner. Now, if you do have allergies, be careful out there. Grass pollen is going to be at a high all day out there for tomorrow. So if you do have any allergies for grass, be careful. Things are going to be a little bit more elevated for the day tomorrow. For tonight, though, we're going to continue to see some increasing clouds. Temperatures will be cooling off back in those mid-50s with a light breeze. Now, for tomorrow, though, we're talking afternoon chances of showers. Windy. Hold on to those hats. The south wind will be gusting anywhere around 15, possibly up to even 25 miles per hour, with temperatures hovering right around 70 degrees, those upper 60s to lower 70s. Our extended forecast outlook is showing more chances of thunderstorms for Sunday, back in the clear skies with temperatures in those mid to upper 70s on Monday.
And folks, stay with us. We will have more on what's new here in Clinton after this.
Saving for higher education for my kids is super important to my husband and me, because we obviously want to give them opportunities to explore whatever their passion might be. I kind of consider it as a non-negotiable. I have to pay my electric bill, I've got to pay my heat bill, and I'm going to put money aside for my kids' higher education.
To learn more about NextGen 529, its investment objectives, risks, and costs, read the program description at nextgenforme.com. Check if your home state has a 529 plan that offers tax or other benefits.
Summer savings going on now at the Furniture Gallery. Take advantage of hot buys in all departments. Queen mattresses starting at just $198. Recliners starting at $298. Sofas starting at $398. 5-piece dining sets $498. Sleeper sofas starting at $598, and clearance items up to 60% off while they last. At the Furniture Gallery, special financing is available. The best value for your money is always at the Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, Newport, and North Windham.
Players have been winning with the Maine Lottery for 50 years now, and over time, winning has looked a lot different.
Out of sight! I won! No way! Totally won! Booyah! I'm a winner.
And now, with our new 50th anniversary tickets, you could win up to $100,000 in 2024.
I won! This is lit!
Celebrate 50 years of the Maine Lottery. Get your tickets today.
Independence Day will be celebrated with fireworks from one end of the continent to the other. From this day forward, Phantom Fireworks. Brighter, louder, safer. When America wants fireworks, America buys Phantom. Thousands of locations with every type of consumer fireworks available. On sale now. Phantom Fireworks, lighting up backyards of America from coast to coast. Visit fireworks.com for a location near you.
fire departments have found a new way to make safety fun, always important. They're doing a summer safety bingo challenge. Organizer Michelle Dunn says a big part of any fire department's job is risk reduction. She says during the summer, lots of folks are out on the water, camping, traveling, staying in hotels, and it's just a good time to get public safety messages out.
Count your doors to your exit. Be aware of your exit. And you know, these things are things you want to be careful of, with like Airbnbs and things like that too, because you're in a new environment. So when something happens, you're not going to know what to do. You need to think about it ahead of time.
All Old Town and Orono residents can print their bingo card at home or pick one up at either fire department or library. All ages can play, and anyone who gets a bingo will be entered to win one of 10 gift cards to local businesses. You have the whole month of July to play, and the drawing will be held in August. A historic Deer Isle building is taking on new life after it sat unused for years. Our David Ledford spoke with the new owners and longtime locals for a taste of what's cooking in town.
Live music, history,
we danced and had a wonderful time.
And barbecue. It all comes together at the Deer Isle Music Hall.
You can come with your family, you can come on a date, you can come for your 65th wedding anniversary and just have great food.
Tony and Jen Adams have been refurbishing the building that once served as the town's Legion Hall for roughly a year, and just opened their doors to the public earlier this month. They say locals have been pleased to see the building take on new life after it sat untouched for years.
A lot of people, when they would stop by, you'd see this wave of nostalgia roll over them.
Mm-hmm.
Since its construction in 1932, the hall has been the go-to spot for dancing, live music, and even some prom night celebrations for many in town. And for those who grew up with it, seeing the building filled with activity once again brings back fond memories.
It's been closed for a number of years. We were last here in the 1960s. We'd see how hard we could swing, and that was great.
There were children here learning how to dance from their parents. This was a family dance hall in many, many ways.
The hall will feature a rotating barbecue menu and new live performers each week, a promise that has some locals looking for their dancing shoes.
We don't bend the way we used to.
Well, we could come and sit and listen to the music.
We could.
And I could dance with someone.
In Deer Isle, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Back out here live, we are here with April Paul, who is the president of the Clinton Parks and Recreation Association. So thank you so much for speaking with us today.
Thank you.
And, you know, Daisy is not just here in her unofficial town mascot duties. Something very special happening in the town of Clinton with specifically related to the canine community members. So tell us what's new there.
Yes, so as we fundraised last year as an association, we were able to install a dog park in the town of Clinton, and Daisy and my other dog Maya definitely approve of that. It's open to the community and surrounding areas, and we actually just officially opened it last night. We have a big party scheduled for Monday night. All are invited.
Party, that's P-A-W.
That's right, that's right.
Okay, great.
Yeah, we're going to have free hot dogs, and dogs get dogs. So it'll be a fun event to celebrate the opening of the new dog park in town.
Why was that something that you folks wanted to do here in Clinton?
We like to do things for the community. The first year we had fundraiser, we installed a pirate ship at the playground at the Cindy Blodgett Park for the kids, and we kind of thought this year we'll focus on the dogs because a lot of families have dogs as well, so kids can play and dogs can play as well. So.
All right, well, that is a very exciting development. Great to hear that we have official approval from one of the canine community members. Great news.
Yes, and I will say Hondo, the one who you interviewed earlier, also approved. The police dog.
So it's police dog approved
It's
as well.
police
Now,
dog
that's a very
approved as
special
well.
designation.
Yes,
Alrighty.
yes.
And finally, there's also a water park or
Yes.
something else new in town.
Yep,
So tell us about that.
Something else that the association is doing is we are having a water park day on Saturday, July 13th. All day we have water slide inflatables that we will be having, and it's a free event. So all are invited, and it's just a fun time to hopefully in the hot sun get some relief and fun in the water slides.
All right. Well, plenty of fun to be had in the town of Clinton, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. Good night. ABC 7 News at 6 on the road live from Clinton is sponsored by
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Tonight, the historic debate wrap-up and fact-check. Voter takeaways from the high-stakes face-off in the race for the White House. So who gets the W? More Americans turn to world news tonight with David Muir, the most-watched newscast on television.
Commercial vehicles can be dangerous, and they usually carry big insurance policies. So whether you're hurt by a landscaping truck like this, a work van like this, or a big rig like this, we know commercial vehicle accidents, and we know how to get you the big money you may deserve. If any commercial vehicle hurts you, call the twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a commercial vehicle? Call the twos. We win for you. Call 222-2222.
Harris Lumber is locally owned and has been serving the Pequot region for more than 50 years. See them for all your projects, big or small. Customer service is their #1 priority. And with a full line of lumber and hardware items, they can also deliver to your job site. Harris Lumber, Milo.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue.
Coming up, we'll be taking a look at reactions from last night's presidential debate. Plus, we'll have the latest updates from the Seawall Road meeting in Southwest Harbor. And Clinton's Historical Society is doing something special to preserve their town's history. Those stories and more just ahead.
This is Fox 22 News Tonight.
Thank you for joining us. I'm David Ledford. Last night, we saw the first presidential debate of this campaign season unfold with both President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump taking center stage and trading jabs on everything from the economy to immigration to the Capitol riot on January 6th. University of Maine political science professor and department chair Mark Brewer says one of, if not the biggest takeaway from last night's debate is that President Biden's performance left a lot to be desired. He says President Trump's performance was fraught with dishonesty and lies.